Hello there, this is Construction Gamer with a live stream. I haven't done one of these for a long time, so as you can probably tell, I'm a bit rusty. As you can see, most of what is going on in the background. But what I wanted to do with this is, because most of the mods aren't working with the Sunset Harbour DLC, is I wanted to start something I've had kind of bubbling around in my mind for a bit, is to do a completely vanilla series, and I thought what a better way to start than with the new DLC, the new Sunset Harbour DLC. So what I'm going to do is attempt to build a city from scratch. Now we won't have many of the features from the Sunset Harbour DLC until we start progressing through the game, but yeah, we will get them when we get them. This is one of the maps, I've forgotten what it's called already. But this is one of the brand new maps with the DLC, and we can't go. It's so frustrating not being able to go beyond my little square here. I'm so used to having all mods and things installed. So this is what the map looks like. It looks pretty good actually. There's plenty of resources and things like that, and I think I just want to get on, build a city. Let's get on with things. So what I normally do is just that. Is just most of the kind of stuff that I do to begin with is literally, it probably will be demolished at some stage, so I don't really put that much effort into the start of it, but I do want to make sure that we don't get too many traffic problems, but at the same time I don't want to spend all my money either. So what's that? Let's try and build a roundabout without any mods. That'll be interesting to begin with. What did I do? 160. Let's give this a go. It's not going to be the best roundabout ever because we can't supercharge it, unfortunately. But we can. Oh, we can't. Get rid of that. No. Let's see if it'll let us do this without deforming the roundabout. Oh. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a challenge for me because I am so used to having Move It mod just to fall back on. But it's a roundabout of sorts anyway. It'll get us started and stop the traffic getting too bad. Yeah, that's not a good start, is it? Right, get all that gone. I mean, like I was saying, most of the stuff that I usually build at the start anyway gets demolished at some stage, but I just want a good starting point. We'll do that from which to start. Apologies for the world's loudest mouse, if you can hear that. I'm just using one of my simple ones for the minute, one of my older ones. But yeah, just really basic stuff. Just doing something. Just setting out a really basic grid. Yeah, we'll build through that wood. Just want to maximise your build potential. Doesn't have to look pretty, and I've probably already built too many roads, so we'll start zoning, start earning some tax revenue. I do think I'm going to get rid of that actually. And then we need some power. Let's go with, oh, we can only go with a coal-powered power station. Yeah, let's unpause the game and let's let them build. Hello there, I can't see what name that is unfortunately, but hello. First comment. Yeah, I will try and look at the comments as and when I can, but I will be building for most of this. I will try and take some questions if you have any. I mean, I don't really know a lot about the DLC other than we've seen in the kind of update videos that have been released already, because I haven't played with the DLC yet. I've only just got it, so I'm pretty new to this anyway. Right, let's speed things up a little bit. Oh yeah, they need water as well. You do tend to forget about these things when you haven't played or started a city. for a long time. I'm 60 episodes into, over 60 episodes into Celtic City, so it's been a few months since I've started City from scratch. So yeah, I am learning as I go. Well, relearning rather than learning. But it should be pretty straightforward. Just plopping stuff down, and we've got wastewater as well. I'm getting about that. Just chuck one of them down in there. Needs power as well, doesn't it? So we will give it power. Just the aim of the game, really, I think, is just to get earning money as soon as possible. You just want to chuck that zoning down, and then worry about what the city looks like later on. I might keep that rock feature. Can I? Yeah, you can demolish it. So we'll keep that feature, I guess. We won't do that. We'll just continue with our not enough money. Right, let's speed things up a little bit. They haven't got power. I haven't got any money. Give them some power. Need water as well. I haven't got any money for all this. Really am rusty at starting. We should be starting to break even soon. We've got plenty of zoning. They haven't got any water. Don't want to get a loan if I can help it. Oh, we've got a much needed injection of cash. That's what we need. So we'll get these some water like that. We've still got residential demand, but I probably have built a bit too much road because obviously we're paying for that. So yeah, we'll get some more residential. How much have we got? 15. We're still struggling for money. We'll just build as much zoning as possible. Still quite a lot of housing residential demand, which is good. Have I set that roundabout up right? Everyone can go where they're supposed to go, even though it looks really hideous. Reading on the stream, there is an option to pause, load it. Oh yeah. I was just going to what was I going to do? I was going to start a vanilla city anyway, so I thought this was a good opportunity. I'm still continuing with Celtic City, don't worry about that, but I just thought this was a good opportunity just to kind of start a brand new city. It is called Metropolis. It will be called Metropolis, and it will be hopefully a Metropolis at some stage. But yeah, I just thought this was a good opportunity to start a city from scratch using vanilla, because I just wanted to. One of the things I wanted to do was to try and test myself a little bit. What we're doing for power, we've got plenty of power, plenty of water. Yeah, I wanted to test myself a little bit. I don't actually build any service building. We'll have to start getting rid of some of this garbage, aren't we? Right, chuck one of them in. Yeah, so I wanted to test myself, but I also wanted to produce a new series which is accessible to console players who don't have access to all of the thousands of mods that PC players have access to. Keep that in place. Yes, that is the dog walking around the living room on the laminate floor. Are we making money yet? Speed things back up again. They need water. Not enough money. We're in profit, $35 for simoleons. Oh, it's going up, but we still haven't got enough money for some pipe. Yeah, I thought this would be dead easy. Oh, hello there, Adam. We've got CW as well. The dog returns. Yes, he certainly does. So he's quite old now. He does a lot of sleeping, but you can guarantee as soon as I start recording, he wakes up and decides to go for a walk around the living room. Yeah, get some of that in. That's good. We've got an injection of cash, so we've got our garbage, power, we've got water, we've got all of the main things. I've got the European theme on. I'm pretty sure that console players have options for that style, the European style, so I'm going to stick with it. We'll just, it doesn't matter. Stick a fire station in. I think that's probably one of the most critical things, and we can't afford anything else again. Right, so let's speed the game back up. Get them some water before they start complaining. So yeah, I'm not sure how long this stream is going to go on for. I'm just going to continue to build this city. We will hopefully get some of the new Sunset Harbour options within this live stream. We're already at, where are we at? Worthy Village. Obviously we get police, self-sufficient buildings, organic, and then tiny town. We're almost at a tiny town. Industrial areas, park areas. We get some new policies, new roads. Yeah, I think Boomtown, we get ferries. That's old stuff there. Cycling, nothing new there. So I think we have to get to about level 6, which is big town, before we start getting anything in terms of the new Sunset Harbour DLC. Could be wrong, we'll keep looking. But yeah, what are we? We're almost at a, whatever it was, town or whatever. Come on, yeah, tiny town. 1,000 population, that didn't take long at all. Another injection of cash. So what we want next is some healthcare facilities. All nice. And I guess if we can afford it, we want an elementary school as well. So we need to try and continue building if we can. Oh no, that's horrible. Yeah, we just continue zoning, just get this city up and running as fast as humanly possible. We've got some commercial demand, which is good. We'll plop a bit of that down. Yeah, we'll go into those trees. Which DLCs? I've got most of them. I've got all of the DLC apart from natural disasters. I've got the mass transit, I've got industries, I've got the, what's it called, the campus, and I've got snowfall as well. I don't use the snowfall DLC. I don't use it. I've never used any snowfall maps, but I do use the trams. So that's the only reason I actually bought that DLC, was for trams, because I wanted those in my city. So yeah, that's the ones I've got. Everything apart from natural disasters, just because I've never been a fan of the thought of my lovingly crafted city being destroyed. Natural disaster. It's just not something that's really kind of interested me, to be honest. What's traffic looking like? It's alright. We're getting on alright. What's the next milestone? Is tiny town. No, next milestone is Boomtown. So we've got quite a while to go sightseeing. Trolley buses. So once we get to 3,800 population, we get to trolley buses. What else do we get? Anything else? Policies, new roads. Fire station, hospital. Sightseeing bus. No, that's nothing new. Fish farm. Oh, so we do actually get the fish farm as well once we get to busy town as well. Anything else? So we've got a bit of growth to go. We've kind of plateaued now. We need to speed the game back up. We need to start building again. We need a police station because we've got some crime going on.
That's why our cameras are the biggest on the market. Our shutters the loudest. Our lenses the longest. Cameras aren't paperweights. They're tools. Tools used to...
Is the population growing? We've kind of flatlined. We just need some money for police station. Oh, hold on. We can afford a police station. Fantastic. Get that in just there, like so, and that should drive demand back up again. Get rid of that crime hotspot as well. I think some of these... what do we want to do? Don't like using dirt tracks. I know they're cheaper, but they don't look that great. Yeah, it's gonna take quite a while to get to Tiny Town. Well, to whatever what was it? My memory's so busy town. Right, okay. So, but at least we're in profit now, so we're making 2,000 simoleons. We're not doing too badly for money. We've got a bit of industry demand. What are we doing for power? Struggling for power already, so we'll start getting some wind turbines, although that's not really the best location for a wind turbine, is it? Let's look for somewhere a bit windier by the coast. 7 megawatts. What are you producing at the minute? 4. So yeah, put them by the coast is a bit of a better idea, and that needs to be connected up. So we've got a bit more power now. We can try and fulfill some of this industrial demand that we've got going on. Just continue to drive the economy, keep that income in the green. Doesn't matter what it looks like, just get it built. Yeah, so we've got a tiny bit of commercial demand there. We will build a bit more housing, I think, as well. We do still have Boomtown. Oh right, okay, fair enough. So that's another injection of cash. So we've got healthcare covered, we've got fire sort of covered, we've got a police station now. I guess we want a high school. Is that going to cost us it's not too bad actually, we'll get that in. Actually, what we want to do is get a road in there, and is that 90 degrees? It is. Bit of a hill there. And then if we build the high school on this road here, we get there. Not really the maximum reach that I'm hoping for. Yeah, it starts to filter out there a bit, but that's not too bad. We're still earning money, so that's fine, and we'll just build more housing there. Hopefully the construction of the high school, which doesn't have any power or water, will drive up demand again. And then once we're making a good amount of cash, then we can start to think about introducing parks and things to make the city look a little bit nicer for the Sims, and obviously that drives up further tax revenue. Right, so I might just have to put in power connection there, like so. So we've got all of the main things. We're still earning money. We're not earning a huge amount, but we are earning money. Let's put in a bit of commerce as well, a bit of commercial zoning. Like so. Yeah, I hope all the sounds are set up. I've just put on OBS, which is the recording software. I've applied a noise gate, so hopefully that's dialed in correctly. I did do a few tests before, but like I said, a bit rusty when it comes to live streaming. I've only ever done, I think, 2 maybe. But as we're on lockdown, well, I'm still working a bit, but yeah, work has definitely dried up quite considerably. So I've got a bit more time on hand, so I thought it'd be a good opportunity with the new DLC to do a bit of a live stream. We could actually buy a new tile, but we don't need one yet, so there's no actual point. But what we want is use the dirt track to start planning out some roads. Again, this entire city that we're building at the minute is just basically like the start-up city, just to get the money rolling in first, and then we'll start to think about making it look a bit nicer later on. Just thinking about this road here is just going to be a connection, because I'm thinking about starting to work up towards this peninsula, get some zoning on here. How much money have you got? 9,000. Yeah, when you haven't built a city from scratch for a while, you do forget how much things cost to build, like power lines and roads and water pipes. What are my taxes set to? I don't touch them to begin with. Taxes, we're just on 9 across the board for now, which is just basically the standard. And usually, especially on the early startup, because you just want to be encouraging. We're struggling for power again. 8 megawatts, that's good. Not enough money. Let's get things rolling again. So yeah, taxes are just 9%, which is the standard for now, and we'll look at adjusting those as and when. Get some paths in, I think. Oh, we haven't got zebra crossings or anything. You just, when you've been playing with mods for so long, you just take things for granted. We've got quite a peak. Oh, sugar. Pollution, where's that noise pollution? Just, yeah, I think we'll just push that back to there. Yeah, wind farms are quite noisy. What are we? Power's still. Yeah, I mean per megawatt per wind farm, wind turbines are quite expensive, but you can just add in bits of energy or electricity as and when, rather than going to the expense of maintaining a coal power plant, which is polluting anyway. You don't really want to be polluting too much. You want to be shifting over to the other things when you can. We're still around the 2. We've got quite a lot of industrial demand. I built those water things in the place, but I think I will change that actually. No, I won't. Right, let's see. How much is one of them? 2,000. So we'll put the sewage right at the very top, and then get that connected up like that. That's going to need power as well, which is an added cost, like so. Get rid of that, and then power that back up. Oh, I know. Sorted. That's going to take a bit of time to clear that now, so I think I'm going to have to just stick with another oh no. Right, yeah. I'm thinking. Pause the game. Move these somewhere. Yeah, they're quite noisy as well. Pollution. Right, the ground's not polluted, that's alright. I was just thinking it. I like to keep my industries relatively close to the motorway, at least need to begin with anyway, because it provides, obviously you get your motorway access. The motorways to begin with are noisy, so you wouldn't really want to be building any residential by motorways anyway. We can pause the game now. But yeah, what I wanted to do was switch the water towers for a water pump, but obviously the water is polluted, so we don't want to do that yet. But what we do want to do is just increase some of the industrial demand. Not increase the demand, but increase the zoning. That we've got, actually we're not doing too bad in terms of demand for residential, demand for industrial is all looking pretty good actually. Are these two roads coping? They are, I think. Actually, how much is one of them? 30 per cell. A standard road is 40 per cell, so actually we will use the industrial road because it's cheaper and because it's industrial, and we'll also put in a one-way system like that as well at the same time, and this will be alright for now I reckon, but we'll just upgrade that. Oh, what are you doing about? It's industrial road, doesn't matter. Get that into there, and we've got a bit of space here for some more industry as well. Like so. Got healthy residential demand, which is good. Get that in there. Big chunk of zoning there. What sort of power? Power's a bit limited, but we've run out of money. No, we haven't. What's going on? Right, so we've got 13 grand, so we can afford 2 new wind turbines there. Get a bit more power on the go. Water is fine. Healthcare is... Sims are healthy. We haven't got any death care yet. We unlocked those yet? No, we've got to get to a whatever that is. Busy town, and then we can start. Am I going to do a trolley bus? I don't know, but what we do actually need is public transport, which I haven't bothered doing yet, but I can't afford a station. 30 grand, that's quite expensive. And we're still around the 2,000 a week mark, which isn't too bad, I guess. Yeah, we just need another injection of cash. We haven't got enough workers. School, actually. Alright, we'll use the side tabs. So, what am I looking at? Education. Elementary is full. High school is fine. Healthcare, like we said, is fine as well. So, we can actually afford another elementary school. So, we'll chuck it over here. Just wiped out most of the cash reserves that we had. So for you, why have you been abandoned? So traffic's flowing fine. Yeah, it is a bit it's a bit slow to begin with actually. But we do still have a good amount of demand, so we will have a good amount of commercial demand, so we'll build some of that. I want to get these get these two sides of the city back together. Like so, get rid of that road. Ooh, we're a busy town, we've got trolley buses and some other things to look at. But we can't even afford standard buses yet, so we've got 50 grand cash injection. This bus depot can go over here. Right, so we want, I always do this with bus routes, as I always give them somewhere to turn around, because I don't like buses turning around in the middle of the road. Just going to build a little roundabout there, and then I think we'll have two bus routes, one going this way, one going the other way. So build a little tiny, smallest roundabout possible, just using freehand, and then I think up here this will almost be, it wants to be almost like a little town centre, but not quite. They're all in the right direction, so we're going to get some buses going. Ooh, that's new. Got a new icon above the buses, so we'll have one stopping here. I think I just want, yeah, you're sick. Right, fair enough. Get a bus route in, stopping fairly frequently. Oh yeah, it's one way, isn't it? And then we'll get another one in here. I never like to have more than one or two bus routes stopping at one stop. No. Put that into there. I won't bother colouring them or naming them at this point because they probably will get redone at some stage. Just want to get the bus routes in to begin with.
At Akio,
Like
we've been
so.
making the best
Right,
mobile
so
phones for
why
over
you will?
20 years. How did we get there?
Not enough customers. Yeah, we need.
By putting ringtones
Got
in
a
every
huge
car,
surge
so
in
you
residential
think your phone is
demand
ringing.
again, so we can start
Whether you
building
have a
some
new
of
phone,
that.
an old phone, or just leave it on vibrate.
Get
We
rid of
make
that.
sure you always hear your phone in our commercials. It's our way of
Bring
saying
that into
we
that
hear
there.
you.
Use
So don't
road
be
guides
silent
because I
when
haven't got any
opportunity calls,
mods,
pick it up.
so
It's for
don't
you.
like to have
Akio
90-degree
Mobile.
corners on my corners.
Welcome back. I'm
Yeah,
Panam
so this will
Public
be
Service Escalon, a nickname I got in
like
my
a bit of
youth
a
when I was just part of the
town
public service
centre
revolution.
almost.
My home country used
Commercial
to have
demand.
serious restrictions
Commercial
on
demand,
freedom of
commercial
speech.
zoning.
When democracy finally came, other forces took control
And then
over
we
the
will
broadcasting
fulfil some
channels.
of this
I
residential
fled to
demand that
America,
we've
where
got
some
as well.
compatriots
Get
and
that
I
in
started
there.
up an underground news network, determined to supply our homeland with neutrally reported news.
Yeah, it is
It was
all
very
residential at the
successful
minute.
and grew into today's public service network, the least corrupt network on earth. And now for some music.
Like that. Money situation, 3,400 simoleons a week, which is not too bad. At least we're in the green anyway. I want to get some cross-link roads into here actually. Now we're going to demolish some of our residential. I just want these cross-linked like that. If anything, it's as much for people to walk than anything else, because obviously we don't have, well, I don't have access to zebra crossings because we don't have the mod installed. So these act as crossing points for pedestrians, which is a big important part of kind of your public transport offering as much as buses are. Because your Sims, if they can, they will walk to work. So we need to give them that opportunity, because what I would normally do is, instead of having a road, I'd have a path, and then I'd have a zebra crossing at either end, so the Sims can walk between the different places. But obviously we can't do that, but we can start to think about the future of this road. This is just going to have no zoning on it. It's just going to be a connection to the big industrial area that we've got here. Alright, so you, not enough workers. Take a look at the Unemployment's 9%. Should have more than enough workers. We're probably not educated, but we do have elementary, high school is fine. Can we build a university yet? Probably can, but no we can't. Answers that question. Need 6,000 Sims to be able to build a university. We haven't built any water. Yeah, what we're waiting for is that tipping point when you don't really have to start worrying about money anymore. But at the minute we're still kind of balancing the power consumption. We need some more wind turbines. Which we've just demolished. We haven't sped the game back up. It is one of the things about when you start a game early on, how quick the game goes and just how quickly things move around. Because once you've got to about 60,000-70,000 population, well with my computer anyway, the game really does start to slow down. Bus routes. Right, I think some of these roads we can afford to upgrade some of these roads to tree lined where the bus route goes, because standard buses are quite noisy. Show you that noise. So yeah, that's really noisy. You can see there with where we've got the buses going, that's really noisy. And I think if we upgrade that, you can almost see straight away you've got a decrease in the amount of noise being produced. So I'll always try and have, let's bring the bus routes back up again. I'll always try and have tree lined streets wherever there's bus routes. Like there. That's all tree line, that's all fine. For the side streets, I do like to have kind of grass lined, or what do they call it? 2-lane road with grass, because the Sims do like it. But at the minute, it's not a necessity as much as. Ooh, what's that? 50% full. Garbage. Do have access to recycling centres. That's cost 240 a week. I think we will get one of them in and look at how much recycling this is going to cost. Slightly reduces garbage, slightly reduced tax income. I think I'll wait to do any policies because we're not earning megabucks just yet. Right, so fire. I know it's right in smack bang in the middle of a residential zone, but I do want it to reach the industrial area as well, so I'm going to plop one of them in. Water, yeah, we're starting to run out of water. Need another sewage facility, get that in there. Like so, and then let's take a look at the pollution. Still polluted. So yeah, we're going to have to stick, I think, with water towers. Where are the water towers? There they are. Just until that pollution. Why aren't we? Better. Get that connected up. So water and sewage is all fine again. Power. Right, we are spending. Have we got anything? How much is one of them? £65,000 simoleons. Well, we've got to the next busy town. We're almost at... No, we're not. We're nowhere near big town yet. Right. I'm going to continue to build wind turbines, I think. Pause the game, get rid of these power lines. That's still not too bad for a wind turbine. I think once I've unlocked the geothermal, I'll probably build one of those. Not unlocked, but I got enough money for. So demand's looking like that. Right, so pause the game. Industrial road. The industry, yeah. If you remove the industry, I think the land will return back to normal. It does take some time though. Yeah, so the likes of, if we look at the water pollution, the water was really polluted because we had the sewage treatment plants, and this will eventually clean up, but it will take some time. The same with the industry. If we demolished all this industry and got rid of the zoning, then the pollution would slowly start to disappear, but it does take a period of time before it does that. That's all connected back up again. We can start moving this bus, move that to there. Actually, if we put that back in there, like that, because like I was saying at the start of this stream, what I'll do is I'll build this, get some money rolling in, and once we've got a good amount of money, I'll start to regenerate areas, which will include getting rid of industrial areas. But with having no mods installed, I will have to wait for the industrial areas to be like decontaminated, if you like. Got dead people. We just haven't got enough money. So no, what's that? What community pool? Oh, crematorium, not crematorium. Cemetery. Get one of them in. What's that looking like? No, what's that? Oh, 61%. Can't be structures in use, none. It's because it's full. When do we unlock the incinerator? So at the next milestone we unlock the incinerator, but that's quite expensive. Yeah, we're going to leave that for now. What's up with you? Not enough customers. What's the motorway junction looking like? It's getting pretty busy now. Set this up a little bit better using the standard tools that we already have available to us. So if you put stops on the ends of those, it will act a bit more like a roundabout. It's not quite, because it is. I think one of the things I would like within the standard game is, rather than having stop signs, is having giveaway signs like you have with Traffic Manager Present Edition. Because what giveaway, the way giveaway differs to stop signs is they will continue to drive onto the roundabout if there's nothing coming, whereas a stop sign makes the vehicle, forces the vehicle to stop. It's not really ideal, but it is what it is. I wonder if putting a asymmetrical road will help. Maybe. Not really. Yeah, I'm going to. I think I might continue this series alongside. Ooh, this is getting quite busy now. Why aren't you using all the lanes properly? I might continue this series alongside Celtic City because I still haven't finished Celtic City really. Let's increase the speed of this a little bit and the approaches as well. But I found a mod that allows you to manage the mods that you do have, so you can have separate profiles. So I've got my Celtic City profile still saved with all the mods, and what I've done is I've created a vanilla profile with all the mods turned off, so I can turn mods on and off at will. That really hasn't helped the situation, has it? Get rid of that stop sign. So yeah, I've got separate profiles now for all the mods, so I can have different save games going at the same time. Right, this isn't gonna work. Just thinking I might try and build. Oh dear. Try and build a little bypass, but it's gonna be ugly, and it's not going to connect into anything. It's going to connect into that right straight road. Yeah, that was just a waste of money. I was just thinking to myself, could do with some sort of bypass so traffic going straight across doesn't clog up this roundabout. But it's not too bad at the minute, it's just about carrying on. What I can do actually is slip road. Again, I'm not really overly concerned what it looks like, just want to get it to work like that. And just what I want to click down here, I want to click on the Move It mod and make this look a bit nicer, but obviously I can't. But that's better. But I think what I'll do is grade that to an avenue. It looks ugly, but it works. So left turn traffic coming onto the motorway now. Bypassed. What's the power situation? Power's good, water's alright. Residential demand is high. Let's get some more residential properties in place. I think I want to de-zone that actually. Don't want wonky roads, and we're going to use dirt tracks as well, just to save money. We would get into a good. That's why. Turn that off. Bank balance is looking okay now. Right, so let's take a look at our charts. Education, elementary is good, high school is not good, healthcare is not too bad, you're on fire, which isn't good, death care is capacity 3000, buried 3, so that's not bad. Did I missed a bit? Oh, so I did. Nicely spotted. Hopefully that should. What I want to do is junctions. No, yeah, that's why. See, when you've been using Traffic Manager Present Edition for some time, you forget about all the little things. You can make the traffic move onto the junction if it's full. I think what I'm going to do is switch that asymmetrical road, so they've got 2 lanes to go into there. A bit more stacking capacity. Yeah, it's starting to get a bit of an issue now. What sort of money? Money's not too bad.
might not be good enough for
Just
Joe
want to look at
Public's
the power
home
before I do
house.
anything. So what can this
Get
do?
in touch with Meaty Bits and tell them Tony sent you. Meaty Bits. If it ever was alive, they can get it to you.
Oh, hello there, 75%. You all right? Yeah, well, we haven't quite got to the Sunset Harbour DLC content yet, but we will be some stage. We're just trying to grow the town. Oh, we're at Big Town. We've got some cash injection and we've unlocked some extra things. What am I doing? Power. Output 80 megawatts. What is our consumption? It's 141 megawatts. So, do I want to build? What are you? 120, 240. Yeah, I've never built one of these before. I don't think. I might have done a long time ago. I'm not. Where do I want to build it? It's huge. Should we buy a new tile? I think we should. Put that in there, like so. We've got a bit more space to play with now. And what I'm going to attempt now is to build a junction without the Move It mod. That looks half decent. Let's try and build, shall we, a roundabout interchange. So, let's see if I can do this now. Yeah, this is one of the new, I can't remember what the map's called, but it's one of the new Sunset Harbour DLC maps. It looks pretty cool, I think, actually. But like I said, I forgot what it's called already. I've called it, my city's going to be called Metropolis, which is in the tradition of my usual creative naming convention. So, why is that so high? Back down to the ground you go. That's full height. Right, so what we need is, that one's cost 360. I'm just like 460, 460, 460. Need to get rid of that again, put that back in place. Yeah, haven't quite done that right, but what I want is 360, 360. Just basically putting out a template for the roundabout that I want to build, and then we've got 460, 460 like that. This should all make sense in a little while. Keep that all in place there. I think we will have 3 lanes if it will let us. That all travelling around the right direction? It is, and then we can start. So 45-degree angle. Right, so we get rid of those bars. That's not facing in the right direction. 45-degree angle. Curve it out like that. 45. Like so. And hopefully it's not going to be perfect because we haven't got Move It and we can't make the approaches look nice, but what we can do, reduce that to a half, is we can make the slip roads look a little bit nice. And like that. That's not too bad actually. Come down by a half, ground level, in, down, like so. And then if we just upgrade that to 4 lanes, like that, then we've got merging lanes, like so. That it actually, if I do say so myself, doesn't look too bad for a vanilla interchange. And then we just bring a road in here. Obviously we can't don't think we can supercharge the exit, by which I mean put in like a proper triangle or trumpet type approach, which is it's a lot more efficient than a standard like this, because it's a 90-degree turn into it, but unfortunately it possibly is possible. But yeah, we'll just chuck that in there. And then on the end of here we will do 100, 100, 100. And yeah, we'll just have it standard. Like so, and I think we just one lane, 2-lane road coming off it, like that. Ooh, damn, wasn't keeping an eye on that. Should have really slowed down the game when I was messing around. Let's pause the game again. Right, so this road here, this can be an industrial road. The benefit of an industrial road is it's 10 cents a square or segment cheaper than a standard road, but it is a bit more noisy. But if you've got an area like this, it's not the end of the world. So garbage capacity, 2 of them, I think. 2 enough? No, it's not. Haven't got incinerators yet. Right, we're going to have to build another landfill. I really hate building landfills because it just takes a long time to get rid of them. You know, I was talking about the regenerating areas. If I wanted to regenerate this area, I'd have to empty these first, which is just a pain. But turn him off anyway, he's full. Stop him complaining at me. That roundabout's full. Yeah, so I really do not like building landfills if I can help it. Obviously we don't have access to incinerators yet. Actually, you know what, I think making the roads on and off does make things a little bit more efficient. So I'm going to have what I'm going to have. Yeah, I'll have this road coming into here, and then we want an asymmetrical road running. No. Oh yeah, it's certainly going to be a challenge, but I think I will manage it, hopefully. If I'm planning to base a whole series around an unmodded creation, then hopefully I'll be able to manage it. Right, so that's in there. They're starting to use that, which is great. I do want to get in a road. Oh, I can. Coming off that roundabout there like that. Hopefully. Let's see, right. Asymmetric. Make sure they're all facing the right direction. Yeah, that's fine. And then what I'll actually do, because there's no zoning on this road anyway, I'll increase the speed where I can in segments. Oh no, that is definitely the wrong one. Oh, there's blooming things on there as well. Right, helps if you actually build the right road, doesn't it? And then I will build a small section of road there and switch these around. Like so. What's the money situation? It's still not kind of in the safety zone as I would call it, which is basically you get to a point where you really don't have to start worrying about what you're building, but we're still not quite there yet. Right, what's that? He's moaning about having no power, which obviously he won't have because there's no pylons. Water situation. So we still got quite a good, actually, over here where we kind of built our little town centre. I think I'm going to have this as like a central section with my commerce over here. Like that. And I think we'll have a row of shops here, and again it doesn't really matter. We've got water over here, we have. Right, so high schools, no, not that one. We've got access to universities. Let's just take a look at our education first. So elementary, eligible, it's fine. High school, I think. How much is a university? 1,900, quite a lot, but I think we do need it. The doesn't really, the radius of kind of the we'll just plonk that down anyway. Let's get our Sims educated. Yeah, we're still not worrying about how this city looks at this stage. But I do think that elementary school is going to have to move their clinic as well. Actually, let's take a look at the healthcare provision. Yeah, we do. Do need some more healthcare. Do need a little bit more of healthcare provision, and we do have actually. Let's have a look, shall we, at some of the new features. I think the child health centre and the elder care are actually the parts of the free elements that we're getting with the Sunset Harbour DLC. So the child health centre will boost the birth rate. So your Sims will be making more babies. So, ooh, that's different as well. Let's does that. So I wonder actually if this just because if you put a school down, it has its reach in terms of education is global. So a Sim from over here can be educated in here, but it just doesn't do increase the land value around it. So like this school here, or whatever, is this a school? Medical centre, increases its land value in that centre, but the actual health service itself is kind of global to the city, whereas this looks different. I think this only has finite reach by the looks of it, so only Sims within that blue square, I think I'm right in saying, we'll have access to it, possibly. We'll plop one down anyway, we'll take a closer look at it. Yeah, it's a pretty good looking building, so yeah, this will increase the birth rate. So you won't have to get kind of immigration from outside of other cities. What's up with you? No workers. Yeah, so you won't be so reliant on people coming in from the outside. Now what I want to do actually is put in a little, so the bus can come here, and then I'm just going to put in a little one-way system just for now, because what I want to do is I'm going to expand this bus out up here. Yeah, if we get the roads in the right direction, that will help. So expand that up there, and then we'll have it stop in there. Just get some. Where is that? That's fine. Yeah, we just want to get some more sims into this work zone because I complain there's not enough workers. Obviously, we do have a huge spike in demand for residential, so we can plop some more of that back down. So the money situation, we're not doing too badly for money now, so we don't need to worry about that too much. Bit of commercial. Right, so our elementary's fine, high school's fine, university is fine. Got some abandonment issues, let's get rid of that. And I think just for now, just connect that up. No, we don't want it. We want it wonky. We're going to do a grid. We're going to do a 90-degree angle grid. So at least people are using this now. I think what I want to do is sort this issue out. And what I was actually doing was, what's this? Police station. Move in there. Yeah, I need to put a cross connector in. Just expand the reach of that police station there. What about the fire? Fire should be okay-ish. Maybe. I think if we're going to look at expanding over here, we're going to have to put something in there. And then need to move this over. Right, so pause the game. Not entirely sure what we're going to do with this. But we're going to get rid of all this. So I think what we want to do is maybe have, no, that's another thing. No, I haven't got my 3-lane road, which comes in really handy. It's just because your options are, if you want one-way road, if you want like a roundabout of any description, it's either motorway road or 6-lane, which is just overkill, or 2-lane, which is sometimes not enough. So it's just little things like that which I'm gonna miss. Yeah, I'm gonna build a bit of a weird junction here now, which isn't gonna look particularly amazing, but it should hopefully sort out some of this traffic problem that we're having. Bring that over there like that. Oh no, click on that, down into there like that, and that looks to be like that. So is this roundabout going in the right? It's not really going in the right direction, is it? That's better. I think. Possibly not. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. Yeah, we'll get that in there. And then do something. What was I doing? Right. I think what I want is just have that. I know the traffic is going to cross itself, but it's going to cross itself there if I do it the other way. So you kind of haven't really got much of an option. So we'll have the traffic crossing there. And this is probably overkill, but we do want to make sure it's all in the right direction. That, the right direction, all going round like that. Let's turn it back on and see what happens, shall we? Yeah, do have a bit of traffic coming. I could,
Italian leather, Italian threading.
because I don't think anyone's going to use this actually. Let's
we take the second best of Milan,
get rid of that.
with an appropriate markup, bring it to you. Just
And then
because you
coming
don't
off
have
here,
to,
let's see if it'll let
doesn't mean you
us
shouldn't have pants.
build
New apparel, clothes, but not
something which doesn't look hideous, and then
Fuel of the modern
come down
economy.
in
The
thirds,
age-old Italian tradition of burning beans
Come
and
down
drinking
like
the bitter bean juice.
that,
At Burn Bean Coffee, our environment is perfect
And then
for all of your work needs. There's no
like that.
better place to
And
be
then we can't build
than
anything.
the Burn Bean Coffee Shop.
Right, so let's try that again, shall we?
Technicians are trained
Come
to
down
make a variety of coffees
like that,
and
come
sugar
down
coffee
again.
bean drinks just as you like it, all while generally making more
Ground
money
level.
than anyone could reasonably ignore.
And
So
then
drink up
something
and let the product
like that.
generate.
Yeah, it's not
Sippy sip coffee fans.
great,
Burn
because I don't
Bean
think many people are actually
Get
going to come
while
on
it's hot.
from here anyway, so that's
Drinking hot coffee.
not too bad. We can build a
This is Mars
Can
official
we?
radio with Panam Escalon. One of all the letters we received today comes from Earth, from
Like
my
that.
old astrophysics professor, Aldous.
like I said,
Huxley.
ugly, but
Dear
it
Panam,
should hopefully
I
do the
am
job.
delighted to
And do
hear
we need
that you're
those
working
power
on
lines
Mars.
anymore?
It must be fascinating.
Don't really want to be
You
paying
will
for stuff if
inspire
you don't
your
really
listeners
need
to
it.
examine thrilling realms across space, time, and matter. You are always welcome to a full-time position on the faculty here if you ever return to Earth.
Yeah, we've
Take
got a
care, my
massive
friend. Love always.
problem here
Dear
with
Professor Lincoln,
not enough workers.
I don't know what to say. Please roll the next song.
There's a huge spike in residential demand again, so we can build a little bit more. Get that all in there. Keep an eye on our power. Right, so I think over here by this junction we want something. Yeah, that's what I was looking at before, wasn't I? And then I completely... So that... What's our power usage? So that produces 240 megawatts of power. So we can actually get rid of everything, like the wind turbines and stuff. Just have all the power in one centralised location, so we can get rid of the polluting coal power station. We can get rid of most of these now. Just check. We do want a bit of excess power, but we don't want to be paying out more than we really need to be doing. I just want to check on the pollution. Yeah, you can see there the water pollution is starting to dissipate now. Where we have on this the ability to see the direction of the water. Don't think there's any. That's probably the issue with the why the pollution didn't drain away, is because we haven't really got a water flow. The water isn't flowing away. Slip roads on my junction in the... Probably not. No, they are not. Yeah, that's a good spot. That'll help usage a little bit. Yeah, it just makes it easier to build it in the wrong direction to begin with, but it does help to remember to switch them back to the correct direction once you've built the junction, so yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, that's better. That might ease some of the... we've definitely got this in the right direction, let's check. Yeah, so it's dispersed... Ooh, power, what's wrong? Oh, I thought... Oh, right, okay. It does help if you connect it to water, and this place as well, and nobody's got power. Everybody's very unhappy. Like so. Got a bit of people not very happy here, not quite sure why they're not very happy. No idea. They have education, they've got access to education, not very much of it. Let's build some over here. Health, bit of health, not enough. Hold on. Yeah, everyone's relatively healthy, that's not too bad. Now, we do have some new DLC. Let's have a look at it. Trolleybus depot, 40 grand. It's going to generate noise, isn't it? Right. Yeah, as this is the Sunset Harbour DLC live stream, we should really be taking a look at some of the Sunset Harbour DLC. The first thing we're going to look at is the trolleybuses. I think we can start to afford to play around, let's say, and not be so concerned about how much money we're earning. We've got 140 in the bank there, so let's just take a quick look at this. So we have, if you're in the roads menu, you've got two different options now. You've got a two-lane road with trolleybus wires, and then you've got your two-lane road with tram tracks and obviously catenary as well. Obviously you won't be able to have those interact, unfortunately, but let's see what this does to the happiness. It hasn't made them unhappy. So I think if we do like a central... I know you wouldn't have a trolleybus running through the middle of... This is more of a suburb than anything. You wouldn't have a trolleybus running through the middle of a suburb, but I want to play with them, so let's see. Still got bus pull-ins. And then let's have this run just to the outer edge, and then I think the trolleybus will have its own turnaround facility here. They all in the direction, nope. Make sure that's all hooked up properly. Take a closer look there. They're not that imposing actually, it's not too bad. And then the buses will need some sort of ability to turn around, so we're going to have to put another one-way trolleybus in, making sure you don't mix it up with trams now, because they do look pretty similar. The tram line's got the two lines down the middle of the road just to denote the difference. That's just like a mini roundabout setup. Actually no, we don't want it there, do we? No, we don't. We want it a bit further into the actual town itself. So where am I going? So we come all the way down here, run through this central section, turn that back to normal, and then just have that as two-way road again. And then as we come down here, then we'll have like a bit of a thing, roundabout thing. Make sure to turn in the right direction. And then we should be able to put in, so we've got two different tabs now. We've got buses and trolley buses, and we'll put in our very first trolley bus route. So they are just like normal buses, but they're electric. Ooh, missing a bit, missing a section. Right, and I continue. Bring this right back to its source. Oh no, I'll just hold on. Where are we? Get rid of that. Start from scratch. So yeah, your trolley bus network has to be connected to a trolley bus depot, which needs power, and then all your roads need to be connected up correctly. I want that stop to be a bit close to that, so we've got an interchange possibility there, as we have return of the dog, and then connect that all up like so. So it's somewhere in between a bus and a tram, I guess. Now, if I downgrade this, get the bus routes back up. Now, this is what I wanted to test actually. So if I downgrade this section here, no, that needs to be trolley bus. Downgrade these roads. Take a look at, let's see if we can do a side-by-side comparison of the noise. So there isn't, just give it a couple of seconds. There doesn't seem to be any appreciable difference in, like, this is a trolley bus road here. Actually, yeah, saying that, yeah, you can see a difference. You can see this road here has a standard bus route on it, and it is quite noisy, so you can standard bus going down there. Whereas the route that's got the trolley bus on it does seem to be ever so slightly less noisy than a standard bus route. Oh, we've reached small city. Woohoo! And now I think I wouldn't call that conclusive, but I think we can be safe to say that trolley buses are quieter than regular buses, which as it should be. But having said that, is a trolley bus quieter than a biofuel bus, which is supposed to be quieter again? Who knows? But yeah, we'll do that. So let's take a look. We haven't got any water. Here we do. Oh, we just haven't got any water capacity. I will stick one last water tower in before I switch over to water pumps. Right, so what were we actually looking at? Trolley buses. Are there any? Here they are. Little tire trolley buses. It's not a bad model actually. It's pretty good for another model. I think I can live with that. You can already see we've got loads and loads of people waiting for the next bus to come. Now in the dev diary they explained one of the reasons that trolley buses have only just come along is because of the geometry calculations that they have to do for... Actually, let's click on it, follow it. Can I close that and still follow the bus? One of the complications with the trolley bus is have the bus drive down the road and have the wires connected up. So if we wait for him to turn a corner, you can see there that the wires, the catenary I suppose you'd call it, wouldn't you? Is it catenary on a bus? You can see there how they bend and flex and turn as the bus turns around the corner, and that apparently is very complicated to achieve. Yeah, they're still on the unbunching phase at the minute. I'm not sure what the capacity is actually. You have got 30. What's a standard bus got? Can I find one? Standard bus. 30. So they've got the same capacity, just it's a trolley bus. What more can you say? Have we got any more trolley bus roads actually? Do we have 4-lane road with trolley bus? But you don't have trolleybus lanes. Do we have? No, that's it unfortunately. Oh no, I'm not going to do that. But you've got... I didn't want to really have to mess around with the lines too much, but let's just double check. 126 people waiting, so I think we need another 5 buses. What are you doing? You've got 10, you're alright. And the trolley buses, we won't know yet until they've unbunched themselves. So why are you going around that twice? What's going on? Oh right, no, it's 2 different routes. Let's change the colour. I'm not going to bother naming them yet because these are just temporary routes now. I just wanted to play with the trolley buses. We've got loads and loads of people waiting, but we're still on the unbunching phase. Oh, it looks a bit nicer in red actually. Yeah, it's a pretty good looking model I think. And it's got doors on the left hand side, which is the correct side. We are driving on the left hand side. Still can't get away from my British roots. Even though this city isn't going to be region specific, it's just going to be whatever I build basically, using a mixture of European and I guess you'd call them American style buildings, but we're not really worried about too much about having it look like one particular thing or not. So the next thing, what's this? Public transport hubs. In-city buses, let's get some of them in. Right, so where's my trolleybus exchange? I think we're gonna have, I wonder if, right, upgrade that first of all to that, and then upgrade this as well, and then we look on the new, we've got a new tab. I'm not sure if this is with the actual free update as well, but we do have a new tab and we've got a bus, intercity bus hub, so we can attract new intercity buses. But if we just check, have we got one in here? Bus station and an intercity bus station. So yeah, we've got 2 different types. So you've got your normal bus station, which is for your buses, and then we have an intercity bus station, which is for intercity buses, which come from your outside connections, and they work exactly like in-city trains coming from the outside connections. Or if you wanted to combine the 2, you could have a intercity bus hub, so you can have both, which is absolutely enormous, but you can have your local buses and the intercity buses combined into one station. But I think for now we just want to have an intercity bus exchange where we'll have it next door to the thingamabob, the trolleybus terminal. Like so. So yeah, that's again another good looking mod I think, model rather than a mod. Let's see, I'm not sure how quickly it takes effect. Can't go out of the city limits. Oh, and I haven't got my public transport, my vehicle selector tool either to change the colour of the vehicles, but they should. This one, so a truck, a bus. We'll give it a minute and then we'll come back to that. So hopefully we've got pretty good connectivity now. So we've got like, say this is north-south, we've got east-west connectivity, and then we've got the standard buses coming into the industrial areas to bring workers there. I suppose actually what we want to do is move that down to there, and Sims can walk between the 2 modes. So we've got a bit of road hierarchy going on anyway, and again we've got an interchange potential here. we do have a load of people waiting. Let's just take a look at the budget. Yeah, I think we'll go with 15 on this as well. Now, just keep a nice round number, because we've got 189 people waiting at one bus stop, and that's not going to be cleared by the current number of buses. So yeah, it's not a bad start. What's the pollution's still taking a long time to move, like I said, because there are no water currents on this map, unfortunately. Not that I can see anywhere. I think, pretty sure you can see water currents on this view, but no, there are no water currents. What are you? 49% full. Have we unlocked an incinerator yet? Not. Oh yes, we have. Alright, let's get it built. Incinerator. Just, yeah, that's alright actually. Get that in there, get that emptying. Let's just check if I close that down for now. I don't want to overwhelm the incinerator with garbage coming out. We need to turn you back on, don't we? Yeah, don't want to overwhelm the incinerator, but I just want to check what the actual process here. So we're going to want another recycling centre as well. And then eventually, let's see, we have the new waste transfer facility, which unlocks at 17,000 population, and then have the big waste processing complex again. So these work in tandem. Obviously we can't use them yet for quite a while yet, but the waste transfer facility, basically what that does is all the garbage trucks, the little trucks here, come into it, they package all the garbage into one big articulated truck, and then that gets transferred to the waste transfer facility complex, sends out waste transfer trucks to pick up garbage from waste transfer facilities and landfill sites, further processing into energy and recycled material. So it's like a combined incinerator and recycling centre. So yeah, we can. Should we keep? No, shall we? Because it's saying, has this been overwhelmed? 160. I've still got capacity of 400,000. So soon, is the public meant to be profitable into? You mean public transport? Public or public transport? Public transport, no, it is heavily subsidised. I don't think you can get it to make money. You can't, no. Let's just have a look. In my experience, public transport has always lost money budget. So, should be, look here. It is, yeah, so we've got the income here, so we'll make from ticket sales 740 or 700 sims, dollars, whatever, but the actual public transport itself is costing us 2,000, so I'm pretty sure you can't, I don't think you can change the tickets or anything. No, they're just loss making. Yeah, in general, they just lose money. Must be heavily subsidised. Obviously, because I put more buses on as well, I'm increasing the overall subsidy. So if you look here, I've increased the budget by 146%. Well, 200. I've increased the budget by 46%. Open budget panel. No. Pretty much loss making, unfortunately, but hey, I'm actually sure because you do sell tickets. No. Still got a lot of people waiting at that bus stop, unfortunately. Yeah, I think to answer your question, it's loss making. pretty much always.
You can dine in or dine
Even
out.
with, you can see that like the routes are heavily used. You can put too many buses on. Let's just have a look at this one. We put on 5 buses. Yeah, I don't think you can make any money or any profit from the public transport, unfortunately. But it's just a good thing to have in your city, as is this. And we've got people waiting. 55 passengers a week. Has a bus arrived yet? What are you? Oh, let's slow down the game. Oh, we already have. Pause the game. So these are the intercity buses, 3-axle coaches. Don't think, actually they look like they've got, can't see, too much shadowing. See when he turns the corner. Yeah, so they've got doors on both sides, but they do still pull in on, so the passengers can board from the left. And there again, it's a pretty good looking model for a vanilla model. You know, I know the modders like to create realistic looking things, and I do like having realistic looking vehicles. I would say that model is pretty good, and they come in different varieties of colours. I don't think we don't have any control over the colours of the buses, the intercity coaches rather, unfortunately, but yeah, they are pretty good looking, and there's quite a few. Have they got rear steering axles as well? No, I thought they had rear steering axles then, but they don't. But yeah, they're pretty good. It's a pretty good looking mod, and there's quite a few of them coming in. So we've got tourists coming in, and they're going to transfer over to the trolleybus network to further be sent across the city. So we've done the intercity buses, we've done the trolley buses. What else do we have? Obviously we've got the new fishing industry. Fishing harbour. I don't really want to be fishing in that polluted water, but let's plonk on down. So what's the power? Power at the minute is plenty. Right, so we can get rid of all these. Yeah, I think I want to start wrapping up the video and get some lunch. But before I do that, we will just, as this is the Sunset Harbour DLC live stream, we will actually look at one of the biggest new features, which is the fishing industry. Now I thought you might have to kind of paint in the fishing industry like you have to do with the industry's DLC, but it doesn't look like you do. So we'll unpause the game. Industries. So there are anchovy fishing harbour, salmon fishing harbour, shellfish, tuna fish, and this one is just a fishing harbour which sends out little tiny fishing boats to go fishing. So that's what your tiny little harbour looks like. Obviously it wants to be connected up to a road like so, and then what we do is industry. Much like we would put in a ferry route, we can actually put in a fishing route, I guess you'd call it, and you can actually do this outside of your city limits, well just about outside of your city limits, because obviously you can't go beyond it without having free camera installed, but you can go just beyond your city limits. And this is a seam, or no, it's not a seam, I don't know what you'd call an area of fishing, but what you do is you draw a circuit, and hopefully fishing boat should be generated. There we go, there's a little fishing boat, off he goes, and he'll do that circuit, get the fish, bring them to here. There's another one going as well. What we got? Fishing route efficiency 0. Don't know what that. 15 and 26 workers. Yeah, so we'll wait for that to percolate for a minute, and they'll just do a little bit of a circuit, and then I will see if that how that is displayed on the budgetary panel. So we don't have many fish at the minute, but we do have actually policies. So it's going to be under fishing license. So this city offers fishing licenses to cities in exchange for a small amount of money. Increase all residential tax income by 5%. Cost reduce citizens' happiness and increases crime by 5%. Now I'm not sure why it would increase crime particularly, but it does. Tourist travel card. This city offers affordable intercity bus tickets to people living in the surrounding cities to increase tourism. The city will receive 8% more tourists. Costs increase on your bus or your intercity bus network upkeep by 15%. Book fare. I think that's from the other one. Taxation, city planning. Sustainable fishing. The fishing industry takes steps to minimise the environmental impacts of fishing. Decrease fishing yield by 10%. Increase fishing harbour upkeep by 15%, but increases citizens' happiness by 15% and commercial income by 5%. Dolphin safe fishing. Adopts new techniques to ensure minimal dolphin fatalities during tuna fishing, but we're not doing tuna fishing yet, we're doing shellfish fishing, I think. Increases citizens' happiness by 20%. So that's interesting. So we've run some fish. Have we got any trucks gone? We've got one truck coming out. Fishing route efficiency 100% now. And they're just doing that little weird thing. Now if we go into the budgetary panel, and then income expense from industrial areas. So we haven't had the, so it's displayed in your kind of this. I think this tab was new with the Industries DLC, and you can see there. So you've got your forestry, you've got your farming or oil and fishing industry income. We've got 480, and we're making a profit of 400 millions per week on the fishing industry. So I'm not sure what you need to unlock the other bits. Units of fish caught, 250,000 units of fish to unlock the next one. Just to unlock all those. What's this one here? Fishing farm. Fish can be. Let's have a look. You can't place these outside of your area. Can't build them in there because it's polluted to heck. So we can't build one of those yet. But fish farm can be used to grow fish and gather high yields of fish and farm growth in city cycles. What's that? Algae farm. Algae farm can be used to grow algae and gather high yields of algae. The farm, whatever. And seaweed farm. And then you've got a fish market. Fish market increases, takes fish from the harbour and farm, sells it directly to customers without processing it into goods. And then a fish factory. Can you place one of these, or does it have to be an industrial area? You can just build one of these. These, by the looks of it, don't have to be in an industrial area, but these process fish into canned fish. So yeah, just a different. So you can sell it directly to Sims within your place, within your city, or you can turn it into canned goods, which should, in theory, increase the value of the product that you're selling. So unlike the Industries DLC, you don't have to paint an industrial zone like you would normally. You can just place those buildings down. So there's a couple of interesting buildings that I want to take a look at there. Just adds a whole new element and a new revenue stream as well to your city. And you get some new assets as well. They look quite cool actually. And you can just see your fishing boats going out there. So yeah, I think we've taken a look at a good number of the fishing in the Sunset Harbour DLC content, and I think I need to get some lunch, so I'm going to wrap it up there. But I might do another live stream actually, I think, of the, does that come with the game? Free camera mode. Not sure if that's a mod. It shouldn't be. But yeah, I think we've made a good start. We've taken a look at some of the new Sunset Harbour DLC content. I'm I probably will do another live stream actually as I'm building this, as we're still waiting for Celtic City to well, to use it basically because of the mods that I'm using on that. But yeah, there we are. I think I'm going to leave the live stream there for today. Until next time, bye bye.